Hey, what's up, everyone? Alex here. So today, back with an Endgame puzzle, 10th of April 2021, and we are trying the Endgame puzzles of Othello Japan website. So this Japan website is actually by Nakajima Dan from Japan. He's a former, I think, runner-up at the World Othello Championship and a very, very famous international player. And he coaches Othello and teaches Othello. He runs an Othello school in Japan and is extremely kind as a person as well. So yeah, it's always interesting to meet him as well. So this is actually one of the endgame puzzles that he has on his website othello.org. So do check it out if you have some time. This is essentially today's endgame puzzle for Othello, and this basically means the beginner. So there is a beginner and more advanced type of puzzle, so you can go ahead to that website and look it up and try it for yourself. So the beginner one naturally would be slightly easier than the advanced puzzle. So let's give it a shot for the beginner's puzzle today, just to keep it simple and just to kick things off as I embark on this kind of sessions for endgame puzzle solving with Nakajima's website. It's a very nifty website. Go ahead and check it out. Over here, this character means black in Japanese kanji and also in Chinese characters. So over here it's Shiro Ban desu. It means that it's black's turn, and koko kara katte usai, I think. So it means that you should try to win from here. And over here, there are some basic stats. It basically means that as of now, 256 people, or maybe IP addresses, have already challenged this puzzle, and 237 of these people have successfully managed to solve this puzzle, and of which 149 of these people solved this puzzle on the first attempt. So this general stats or statistics over here kind of gives you a sense of how difficult the puzzle is. Usually in the advanced puzzle, if we run into something like a only top 3 or 5% people solve it on the first attempt, then usually that puzzle is extremely difficult. In this case, it's only 50% for a beginner's puzzle. I would say that it's fairly easy. So over here, just a quick look at this puzzle. We are playing as black and we are trying to win from this situation. So over here, without any skip of turn, it's natural that one would expect that as black, if you want to win, you probably have to overturn parity and try to overcome parity and win it by doing so. So over here in this situation, you can kind of look at this. The bottom right is just a four square region that you can that black, by virtue of the rules of the game, because you started first, the tendency is you reach an end game whereby you are faced with an even region and you have to kind of work your way out. So if you were to play the X square over here, you flip one, two, three, four, five discs in two different directions. And on the back of this, white has A1, so white would almost immediately just jump straight into H8, capture the entire row, and you're left with only one move over here to H7, and white would capture G8 by parity. So if you just kind of estimate 23, you capture 6 more discs. 29 minus 6, you lose it. 23, 23, even if you add on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 32. So 32 minus whatever that you have over here, 1, 2, 3, you definitely lose the game. So the only way to kind of win the game uh, is to consider the C squares right now, since those are your only two options. If you were to play H7, that doesn't really change anything. H7 just gives up the H8 corner, and you're kind of forced either way to play either G8, of which white will just take G7, and if you count it out, you figure out that black would still be a loss. So over here, intuitively, you need to know what's your strength. So your strength is actually this entire seventh row over here. What you want to do is actually play G8, which gives your opponent only one move, which is to H8. So when you play G8, you're basically kind of slicing three discs along the diagonal, and at the same time, you're retaining this control on the seventh row since you have the backing of A7 all the way throughout to E7, this entire row. So if you were to play G8, you basically give your opponent only one option but to play H8. And over here, since white occupies this entire G column, there's a very nice way to perform like a Landau or a silent move approach or a quiet move approach as you play G7 consecutively together with H7. So if you were to play H7, you flip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 this, but you open up this move for white. But if you were to play G7 right now, you realize there is no way that white can approach to H7 because you control the entire 7th row. So that's pretty much it. You play G7, there's a pass of move because there's no legal move for white. You finally win the game or this endgame puzzle by playing the last move to H7, and yeah, basically they reflect a win. So typically, if you win it or you solve it on the first try, they would indicate this as a win and an excellent comment. And if you win it on the second or third attempt, if I'm not wrong, you get a win and a very good or a win and a good kind of comment, something like that. So let's try it maybe. Let's try this. Okay, if we lose it and then right now we win it, yeah, basically they just show you a win comment instead of having that excellent comment over there on the bottom. So a very interesting website over here by Mr. Nakajima of Japan, and yeah, basically for the next couple of endgame puzzle videos, I'll be looking at the puzzles at his website, maybe on the advanced level, given that I think the beginner's puzzle is fairly easy. Of course, if you're a beginner, go ahead and just work on the beginner puzzles if that helps to build your confidence. So of course, if you're comfortable with that, then just go ahead to try the advanced level puzzles. So thank you very much again for joining me in this endgame puzzle solving session, and I'll see you at the next one. Goodbye.